Hello everyone, welcome to our Let's Play series of Disco Elysium. This is Colonel RPG as usual, and I'm very happy that you chose to join me today as we talk to the people in this town. We have a lot of things to do, but more than anything, map shows up over there. Yeah, more than anything, I have, well, to do this, and then to send Kim, well, to the morgue, really. But he's not, I'm not going to kill him. It's because of the anyway. We have a tape for Egghead. We do need to talk to Egghead pretty soon, or soonish. We'll see. We need to go into the church. We have a lot of things to do. But what I really want to do at the moment is this one. Ask the fisher folk in the village. Maybe their leader knows something. Wait. How did I not pick that up? They have a leader? So this is Lillian's house, and these are Lillian's kids. And I did talk to the washerwoman. Let's talk to her again.
Our tenant, the policeman. I hope the waves don't keep you up at night. What can I help you with?
Apparently, I am mixed up. I did talk to her, of course, but it was before I knew about Ruby. So now I need to do this. Ooh, did you notice the camera moved? The camera does that. It doesn't always stay in the same place, but it's now way further this way instead of focusing on her. Have you seen a red-haired woman named Ruby around the coast?
Nay, I haven't seen anyone lately.
Because she's blind, which you seem to have forgotten.
No, I didn't. Because you're blind, right?
This is a sharp one.
She says to herself and runs her hand across the washboard.
She's being evasive. She knows something.
There was a murder in Martinez.
He points east.
She might be a suspect. We would appreciate your help.
Would you now?
She turns to him.
I know how this world works, and it doesn't work when people tell on each other.
You know something. We're here to help.
Aye, that you are, Dark Omen. Help yourselves and your organization. Help the storm clouds gather on the horizon.
She shakes her head.
Enough of this. She better start talking right now.
No, she will not, because I don't want to fail this thing. But otherwise I would just do bad things like punch her or something, because it's my character. But, oh, I see. You know something, but you have decided not to tell us.
There's not much to tell. People come and go. Now, was there something else?
I see, ma'am.
The lieutenant turns to you.
I hope you don't mind if we look around anyway.
You should look around your shack. Maybe she's rented it out to others too.
Yes, I should. That's why you told me what you told me, video game. That's why. Kim doesn't want to talk to me. Let's go inside and follow the lead that I have been following. Oh my god, it's right there. I've been following this lead for a while now. It's right there. Right here.
As you look at the floorboards in this corner of the shack, it's clear one of them isn't quite level with the others. The edge of a floorboard next to it looks scratched.
I'm gonna move the board aside.
Hollow space underneath the floorboards is dark and damp. You can barely make out the mixture of sand and sawdust below.
What's in here?
Nothing particular catches your eye. Looks like more reeds. There might be something hidden inside the sand, though.
I'm gonna search through the sand and sawdust.
You stick your hand in and start combing through the sand. Dry, not like outside. Fine dust. And then, something hard wrapped in paper.
What is it?
A small cylindrical object. You pull it out. A bullet.
Another bullet. Interesting.
The floorboard doesn't care. But maybe the washerwoman does. You have enough to confront her with. It's extra ammunition. She's locked and loaded, ready to fight some cops.
Mm-hmm. Well, I want to see if I can talk to the bullet. Because you never know. Not with this game, you don't. It's not an interact. It's not an item. Wait. Is it not actually an item? Cursed Ilmaradin. Yeah, that's the cursed die. It is not. Unless things... But it could be... Oh, it could be clothes for all I know. It isn't. But it could be... Here. It isn't. And Kim... Hey, Kim. You are not going to believe what I found.
Yes?
I should do that one of these days, but yeah, nothing. Let's have a chat with her.
Our tenant, the policeman.
Why was there a bullet under the floorboards of your shack?
Damn that girl.
She murmurs softly.
And without anger, a long and harsh life has taught her not to buckle under pressure.
A bullet?
The lieutenant turns to you and gives you a little nod, and then turns to the washerwoman.
You didn't put it there, did you? She did.
Gone and hid things in there?
She shakes her head.
She's usually a good tenant, and not a stupid one either.
You rented the room to her?
Yes, I let my room to that Ruby girl.
She speaks slowly, wringing a rag out after a long silence. Her hands move into the water bucket. Some water sloshes over the edge.
As I've done before when she's been in trouble or just looking for solitude. I've made it clear. We welcome all kinds of people here.
When was this?
She came last Friday, left on Monday in a hurry.
Her wrinkled hand needs a blue rag in the water.
What has she gotten herself into, that girl?
That's for the police to find out.
The lieutenant takes his familiar blue notebook out.
Right then. Please answer each question to the best of your ability. I'm sure we have a few.
Yeah, we do. You said she left on Monday?
Yes, early with the dogs, around 8 o'clock, I think.
Is the room exactly as she left it?
I cleaned it, like I always do.
Was there anything else there?
No,
The truth, sire.
Thank you, Drama. What is she like? I mean, Ruby.
she's good company. Knows how to talk to an old woman.
She rubs her cold hands together.
At my age, you don't get a lot of quality conversation. So I really appreciate that about her.
Did she talk to you much during her last stay?
No, she was mostly silent this time. Kept to herself.
What do you mean?
She tried not to let it show, but I could tell she hadn't come to fish. Usually she likes to cast a few lines, but this time she mostly stayed in her room.
Why do you think she left the bullet there?
How would I know? She's a gruff one, but not violent. She doesn't go around toting a gun.
She looks back toward her shack, thinking.
Your hand twitches, a single bullet hidden from sight. Remember the way it slides into the barrel, the muzzle of the loaded weapon pointed at your heart. It feels familiar, doesn't it?
It was a suicide tool. I have a possible explanation in my mind.
Aye, do tell.
A seagull flies overhead, obviously a bad omen. It's an exit plan.
Exit from what?
Her life.
The lieutenant stops writing for a moment. He looks at you, then at the old woman.
No,
She tilts her head to the side, looking up at you, deep in thought.
she's a fighter.
Not a quitter, like you sometimes get, son. She really believes that.
I heard she's a heavy drinker with anger issues. You ever witnessed that kind of behavior?
Nothing of the sort.
She shakes her head.
Sure, she was no stranger to the bottle. She fit in that way. But I only knew her to have a beer on the beach while watching the sunset. She isn't what you'd call a drunk. Even offered me some from time to time. Said it was part of the communal life. But I never saw her lose control of herself, the way some people do.
camionneur here. It must be a French word. But yeah, I mean, it's a trucker life. It's what that means. The game has explained it before, but it's been a long while since we've seen that word, so just as a reminder. Did she have any technical equipment with her, like radio stuff?
Not that I know of, though she was into nice music. She once showed me a few mixtape milieux she'd made.
She brushes her forehead with the back of her hand. Water drips to the ground.
Although I guess she was pretty handy with the mechanical and technical stuff. Even fixed the heater in the shack. You should be thankful for that.
She may simply have kept the equipment elsewhere.
Where did she go?
I don't know. Further up the coast. She tried to leave quietly, but the hinges on that door screeched like a cat in heat. Woke me up. I heard her rushing in those heavy boots, heading up north.
It's a peninsula. She might be trapped.
You'll never find her, you know.
Her tone is without malice.
She knows the coast like the back of her hand. You only just arrived.
I wouldn't worry about that, ma'am. We are persistent.
But that place is huge. She's a needle in a haystack.
Yes, it's going to be too much work for you to find her.
She drops the rag into the bucket. It's clean now.
Better for you to stay here. Get a nice cozy fire going in the heater.
No, you can do it. You still have plenty of juice in you before you drop. Behind the cinder block houses, old pre-war ruins rise to the sky like dark palaces. The wind calls.
The wind does, and that was our perception. Not our shivers. My God, it surprises me sometimes that wind is talked about by actually a lot of furies, but sometimes not by shivers. Can I ask a few more questions about Ruby? I think I asked everything already.
What more do you want to know about that poor girl?
Oh, nothing. I had some other questions.
Yes, let's hear those other questions.
She looks around as spring snow starts falling lightly on the fishing village. Shouldn't spring be capitalized? Isn't that how that works? Anyway, I'm off.
One thing, officer. If you do find her, please go easy on her.
She looks around. The air is getting colder.
She's a good girl. Whatever she's gotten herself mixed up in.
Yeah, we'll see. We'll see. So now I need to confront the pigs. That's going to take a little while. And I need to explore the coast for signs. Yeah. So the pigs, where is this? Just walk past the fishing village until you see a boardwalk. Oh, right. That's... Confront the pigs to get your gun. Wait, shouldn't it be a pig? What? How do I know that it's plural? The woman that bought my gun, she called herself a pig. I don't... that's confusing. I really thought... Yeah, that's confusing. That is absolutely confusing. Anyway, we have people to talk to around here. What do we have over here? Saint-Baptiste Peptide. That's what I'm talking about. Actually, that is very important because that's one of the drugs the game stole from me. Oh. I showed you this screen in this episode. You can't accuse me of being mixed up. I showed you this screen. It only had 2 things. And it's Preptide that we just got. We got 8 uses of that. But this thing... Oh. Oh, yeah, right. When you drag and drop in this game, the icon actually disappears, which is very disorienting. I'm sure it's a bug, because I don't think it worked like that. I'm dragging and dropping right now. It just disappears. It's really weird that it's like that. I'm pretty sure it wasn't like this, but either way. That's good news. That's real good news. I don't know why I left that behind, or maybe that's why the game freaked out, is because it forgot, for some reason, forgot that I put stuff in there. And, ooh. The shot couldn't have come from here. Trees block the way. Oh yeah, I definitely need to do that. And doing that actually would not spend any time, because this sort of investigation... Oh, there it is. Another one. Seems the walker was either very confused or drunk out of his mind. Oh, there's a walker? Did I miss? The footsteps?
This is it. The scene of the party. The fire pit. Cigarettes and empty bottles all evidence it.
Hold up, don't you mean scene of the crime?
Not as such. I'm talking about what came after the party scene.
Yeah, sure does look like a lot of folks partied here.
Looks like they were here a while, judging from all the bottles. The sunken motor carriage provided them a focal point, like a goose ice sculpture or a chocolate fountain.
Ah, chocolate fountain. Hey Kim, it looks like we've had a couple of partygoers here.
Looks like it.
Was this party against the law on the ice like this? It was probably a public danger.
Not as such, no. Let's keep moving, detective.
Kim, I hate it when you're angry. Actually, that is one of the lines where he sounds the most angry. It's just very curt. Curt is such an interesting word in English. I mean, because it really does mean short. It's just what it means. It's to be short of speech. And it comes from the French, most likely, because that would come from the Latin. And short, I don't believe, comes from Latin. It comes from Anglo-Saxon or whatever the other aspect of English is. But, yeah, so the thing I wanted to do was to investigate the boardwalk. Because there must be a location around here where our character goes like, aha! But I haven't seen it, honestly. The other thing is, and I definitely will do that right after we investigate the boardwalk, or try to anyway. The other thing is we're going to talk to the drunks again, because I didn't do that. The ones that called me Tequila Sunset or something? Yeah, this would be sort of the best place to shoot from. I don't know, maybe not. Maybe I'm full of it, I have no idea. Because it does depend on line of sight, and the church does look like it's kind of in front of the whole operation. Oh, and by the way, regarding the conversation we had with about Ruby, it would make sense that that location, this thing right there, that little bunker, is where Ruby is, and I can't access it. I mean, I can. I could try. It's 3% chance to access it. It's doable. It's definitely doable, but it's, yeah, the reason for that 3% is likely the fact that it's Ruby who's in there. Anyway, so this didn't yield anything, and well, actually, I probably should look at the, wow, check the boardwalk. Yeah, I might not be able to do the check boardwalk, but we might be able to do the island. I mean, we are definitely going to be able to do the island. We're going to the island at the end of the game. I know how the game ends, but yeah, we're definitely going to go to the island. It's the last location, because we've been everywhere else. I mean, it's not the last location. We definitely going to other places. Like that big cube over there. Definitely going there. I'm kidding. I don't think that cube exists. So, let's talk to the drunks over here. The, as such, called drunks. Did I get anything else here? Because I heard it, but I was looking elsewhere. Hello. It's the Abigail man. Don't call Abigail. And it's the guy that was most talkative. Let's do the same thing. Talk to the guy that's most talkative. Didn't he give me his pence? The Kingdom of Conscience pence? Wasn't he? I think maybe it was him. I don't remember. It's been a little while.
Tequila Sunset.
He nods in appreciation. Idiot Doom Spiral. That's his name. I'm ready now. I've seen it. Tell me the story of Tequila Sunset. Oh, right. The reason why we didn't talk to him is because he wanted us to see the crash. And I didn't want to see the crash without Kim, and that's why I didn't want to talk to him without Kim. That's why I stored it in my memory like that. Yeah, tell me the story of Tequila Sunset.
Let me take a sip to moisten up my cords.
He takes a big sip and then begins.
Tequila Sunset rolled into Martinez last Friday. And by Tequila Sunset, I mean you, the man, the myth.
Was I alone?
Hey, let's not jump ahead of ourselves. This is your story. Stop interrupting.
He takes another sip and then continues.
You got here on Friday to solve a case, hoping to be the early bird who gets the worm. And by the worm, I mean the buzz. Because as far as I know, all you did was get piss drunk. Word on the street is you went around the local hostel telling people that you're a police officer, and that it would be really fucked up if you shot yourself in the head right in front of them. That's pretty high concept, if you ask me.
It is. Oh yeah, that's totally your style. The lieutenant's brow is furrowed. He's listening as casually as he can.
Yeah, not the first time this comes up.
Hey man, I'm not judging.
He waves the bottle towards you.
This life's a valley of woes. Some of the highest concept people in history have killed themselves. And been drunks.
Yeah, it's a fair point.
Either way, it was a late Saturday night when we, the Union of Moribund Alcoholics, got our drink on. Nothing remarkable about this. We get our drink on 24/7. Makes everything warm and glowy. I trust you know the feeling.
I do.
One moment we hear the sound of a motor carriage revving up somewhere on the plaza, followed by a series of dings and bangs.
Do you remember the sound of wood cracking? The billboard?
I do.
Naturally, loud noises pique the interest of anybody owning a pair of ears. That's just the reality we're in.
Naturally.
Anyway, there was a brief silence. A gasp of silence, if you will. Followed by a real commotion. We heard the carriage careening towards the coast at top speed. Sounded like someone jumped the canal. We grabbed our brewskis and rushed to the jetty. Never underestimate the speed of an alcoholic.
Of course.
What we saw was a sight to behold. A beat-up police carriage containing you. Right there on the beach. You revved the engine and screamed at the top of your lungs, "The time hath come!" So, naturally, being the curious cat I am, I asked what time hath come. To which you replied, "The time hath come for Tequila Sunset, the end of all things."
Every word I said was true. Tequila Sunset will break the looms of reality.
Yeah, looms. Why not? Then you jammed the pedal and plowed right off the jetty and through the ice.
Your hands cramp on the steering levers.
We ran towards the ice whilst you crawled your way out, miraculously unhurt, covered in seaweed and shit, like some kind of sea monster. When we finally got there, you were sitting on the beach crying. You said that your badge and uniform were in the car. It was too late to get in there, though. The carriage had sunk too deep. Recognizing a brother in need, we offered our condolences and invited you to party with us, which you naturally agreed to.
Naturally.
What else was there to do? Thank you, brothers, for your helping hand.
We asked about the whole Tequila Sunset thing, and you told us it was your name now and insisted that we all call you that from then on.
Yeah, my real name is Harry.
No, that's just what your mother called you. Your real name is Tequila Sunset. Just embrace it, brother.
How long did we party for?
Hours. It was an all-night drink-a-thon. Then, at some point, I think it was Sunday morning, you got belligerent and wanted to talk about Revacholian women.
Oh no.
How they're beautiful and also whores and so on.
Yeah.
How one of them fucked you real bad.
Yeah.
After a short while, you crossed the event horizon, looked sullen, got up, and left without saying anything.
Wow, that's quite a story.
Yeah, I bet Tequila's a fucking legend around the precinct. You must be proud to work with him.
If you only knew.
Kim? Did I tell you anything specific about this person that fucked me?
You were pretty vague about it, but you kept saying you got fucked real hard, and that we've all been fucked too.
No one's fucked me. I do the fucking around here.
Abigail!
It seemed pretty painful, to be honest with you. If I had to guess, I'd say you're still working through some shit.
Did I mention losing anything else?
Beside your gun and your badge? You said something about your hope or heart or something. To be honest, the details are a little hazy. In retrospect, I guess you lost your motor carriage too? That's a big one.
Yeah. Did I say anything about my colleagues?
You told us that they were a bunch of fucking losers whose main interest was cramping your style. No specifics, though. It was more about you that night. You were the star of the show.
Did I say anything about the case?
Yeah, you said it was no biggie and that you'd solve it in no time.
He takes a strong quaff of his beer.
And that you didn't need anyone to do it. You're doing it solo now.
A lot of cops go solo and hermit once they reach that level of alcoholism.
Yeah. Did we talk about politics?
Yeah, you said that it was okay that you crashed your carriage because the spectral hand of the market was guiding you. This was before you started talking about how the pinkies were always trying to fuck you.
Oh, the pinkies. I think that's a reference to the pinkos. I'm not 100% sure, but it's anti-communist. It's an anti-communist. Well, it's not. It's just a word. I was gonna say a slur, but it's it's a derogatory term for communists. I think used in the United States probably before the Second World War, but I think it continued for a few years after that. Then that's where it connects. The invisible hand of the market here being the ultra-liberal aspect, and then the anti-communist possibly being the fascist aspects. But honestly, every aspect except communist tends to be anti-communist in Disco Elysium. Did you get a read on what kind of cop I was?
You kept calling yourself a goddamn superstar who'd cleared 501 cases.
As you've already determined, the actual number is just over 200. But what's a little embellishment between friends?
No thanks to the squares at the precinct, as you put it.
I was right. Well, I don't need to hear anymore.
It's a hard thing for a man to confront his past.
He nods.
That's why I avoid mine at all costs.
Yeah. Well, I'm going to have to avoid the rest of the conversation here for right now because I'm out of time for the day. So, for right now, I'm Colonel RPG, and this has been Disco Elysium. I really hope you've enjoyed it, and if you did, go ahead and leave a comment, like the video, but above all, thank you so much for watching, and I hope I'll see you next episode. Bye-bye.